How's it going, guys? So as usual, back, and you can hear my fan in the background too. That probably won't change for quite a while. So, um, I was gonna jump on Battlefield, but the servers are too damn laggy. So we're gonna Skyrim run in here. So, still on my break. So let me just take advantage of it. So we pretty much cleared that place out. There's other areas over here too I want to explore. Oh, what a joy. We get to spend the next 5 minutes mining iron ore. If you haven't checked it out, go check out my reaction to the Anaconda remake. Yeah, I get very talkative about that one. No, somewhere around here is Rorikstead. Small little town, kind of like Riverwood. Now, you can take the pathway that's up there, as you can see the little, your little compass bar that shows a little mountain. There's a little passageway that leads you all the way to the top, which is like up there. Depending on your level, you may fight wolves, you might fight trolls. And if it's trolls, it's gonna be frost trolls, and trolls have a high health regeneration, so be very careful, and they hit like a goddamn train. So there's like, I want to say at least 4 or 5 of them are up there. So, but it's another place for a word of power, and some treasure and stuff like that. Somehow I'm missing you idiots. I don't know how. I think I should have missed the first shot, but apparently I did. Two crit shots in a row? No, are you kidding me? 3 crit shots in a row. Except this time you're dead. And Jerry Gallo, the great attorney. Yeah, his name was in the paper. Yeah, that's true. You didn't read the paper, did you? No. Why? 'Cause he's dead. Oh, God, if you've never seen My Cousin Vinny, I highly recommend it. It's one of Joe Pesci's best movies besides like Goodfellas and stuff like that. Oops. Still pressing shift to run when it's crouch. That giant camp, there is a way to actually get into one of the caves. You can sneak in there. Just be very careful about it, so I highly recommend you don't bring your mercenary or hireling in there because it will set off the giant. Oh, and our first mud crab. This is a mud crab. Think of a crab the size of a Labrador, and, well, that's basically what they are. To be undetected, they actually bury themselves into the ground so they look like a rock. So if you hear any, like, Rice Krispie popping sound that came from the sea, then there's a mud crab nearby. It's the best way to describe them. I think this is the cave that I want. This one's always tricky to find. What are you guys running from? The one thing too you always want to pay attention to is with the animals, especially the deer, just like in real life, will run away from predators, whether it's your own character, but usually it tends to be from either wolves or saber cats that are within the area, so keep an eye on that. Because I can't save you getting ambushed by either one of the enemies. And dragonflies, thank you very much. Sorry, Mr. Butterfly, but I'm taking them flowers. If you have DLC and if you do plan to do a stealth character, oh, hello, Mr. McCrep. Taking a bath over there, champ? I'm not gonna bother you. You know, you don't want someone busting up in your door while you're taking a bath and trying to relax. As you can see, he buries himself right there. Looks like a normal rock. You wouldn't even expect it. If you have the DLC, you can do Dawn Guard. You get access to the crossbow without actually having to go too far into it. However, not only will it activate the DLC itself, bolts are kind of limited in this game until you actually get further into the DLC itself. You can make them, but I think you have to be a certain distance and level into the DLC before you can actually start making your own bolts. And then you can customize them later on in the game too. So, you dead? Ooh, that's like right in the back of the neck. You are not surviving that. Come on. Goodbye. I didn't even have to move from my spot, and I just took out 2 bandits. Oh, that was a miss. Oh. Life give you a second chance. Should have took it and just walked away. But no, you gotta investigate that sound, and well, that's the sound of an arrow hitting your face. You know, kind of like the old way, kind of the old version of catch these hands, except catch this arrow. A jug of milk for not taking any of this crap. Furs are just like, just not worth it anymore. They just take up too much room. And I'm already almost at max carrying weight as this. Manageable cheese, I will take that though. There is a bandit chief or a bandit chief level boss in this area, even though it is a very short cave. So be aware. And there's usually one more enemy that's usually guarding them, so this is one of those rare bandit caves I almost never go to because I keep forgetting it's even there. It's gonna be interesting with him. I hear him because that's the bandit chief. Do we have a poison? We do. Be aware sometimes with some like these little barriers here. Sometimes your arrows the game will not actually interact to allow your arrow to actually go through, so it will actually get stuck in there. So and it will still bring the attention to any enemies that are within the area. It's kind of really annoying. So just be aware of that. Oh, he was like right there. Your dumb ass is standing up. Dude, if you would have died, you deserve that. You stay crouched until they don't spot you, like this idiot. Somehow I missed. Now he's dead. And Fendel was my target dummy over there. Still miss burning. I already have fire damage anyway, so I'll take my arrow back. Thanks. Deer pelt. Steel gauntlets. All of them should be dead in here. Grabbing them shrooms. That. And you think too, because one of the things I mentioned about was like living in Skyrim and stuff like that. And it's like, how would you live in Skyrim? Would you follow the law and live as a civilian in one of the cities, or would you become like a bandit or raider and just go around pillaging people? Because not only would you still have to deal with any form of military as it is, you know, you're going to live a lot harder life. You know, you think, oh, you know, you can live in one of the caves and, you know, it'd be a wild adventure. It's like, you don't realize what living in a cave actually is until you actually... You know, it's not like putting a tent in your backyard and saying you're going outdoors. You know, it's just not happening. It's like way different experience. Sword, don't care about that. Do that. Don't need that. Hey, a ladle challenge, anyone? If you know where that's from, then you know you've played the game Dark Souls 2. Because I just told you. There's an actual ladle in there that you can actually use that Lobos Jr. did, and like other fellow Dark Souls players did. Like very to almost no damage whatsoever, and it I think it had like a durability of like 10 or 20, so it would break like really easily too. All right, so very short cave, 5 bandits at most. I mean, if you can't handle that, then you know you shouldn't be messing around with bandits into this, or you're really going to struggle later on in the game, especially in some of the bigger dungeons and stuff. I wanted that lavender. Okay. Oh, well, speaking of a saber cat. Why the hell do we have our pickaxe out? That's not what we need. Oh, and there's treasure right down there too. How ironic. Don't run from me, kitty. Okay, apparently I missed. How am I not hitting you? Oh, there you go. Just dumped you. After missing 2 goddamn arrows. So I should like insert the voice actor for Boo. Kitty! That shit's hilarious. You've never seen Monster Inc. Highly recommend it. It's actually one of Disney's few actual good movies that they didn't ruin. And one of the very few times you'll actually get to sneak up on the saber cat. We might be able to knock out one more area here. Oh shit. That would not be survivable. I don't care what anyone says, you would not survive a fall like that. Because these rocks would be so slippery, you would literally just fall. Even if you did somehow survive, you got a broken leg at least. Howdy, good sir.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
All right, what you got?
My poaching is hurting me. There's enough for all. Good morning. Need something?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Do you not trade? Okay, never mind then. I thought you were going to trade me something. Never mind. That's the area I think it is. We will possibly not be doing it. One of these areas is the actual first temple-ish to take on a dragon priest. I know exactly what mask I want to. This is one of the areas, I think. Dead Man's Respite. I do not remember. I know you have a dragon claw here, though. I think it's the coral dragon claw. This is the one I think it is. It should have the mage lady in it, I think. Or is this, what's his name, the ghost guy? I can't remember which one it is. Let's check it out though. Dragon priests are a high tier level enemy. They would be, I'd say, maybe a tier or 2 lower than Alduin, the final boss, when it comes to difficulty. Especially depending what. Okay, this is Ghost Boy. Depending which difficulty you choose for Skyrim, they can be really easy or they can be extremely dangerous. So Ghost Boy here, he's gonna have you follow him through a bunch of little mazes of this temple, and there's gonna be an end boss that's gonna be a Draugr end boss you have to fight. And this is probably will not be your first introduction to Draugr. if you actually follow the main storyline and head up to I do not remember what the hell the name's called. Where the hell are we at? There's a little temple thing up here. That's not the right area, is it? No, over here. Over here is a temple area that you follow from Riverwood. You all up to there, and that's how you would start your main first quest line for Lucan, or Lucius, or whatever the hell his name is. That would be your first introduction to the undead or zombies for this game. But as you can see, normally they'll either be walking around patrolling, though they'll actually be laying down in their little crypt beds here. And some of you can get sneak up on if your sneak is high enough. Some of them you can actually one-shot. However, if they're like Restless Draugr or higher, they may take more than one arrow to take them out. But they usually tend to be pretty slow of getting up. Somehow I missed. Like that, he's dead. Now, on rare chances, sometimes when they actually die and their echoing death cry over there can actually alert the rest of the Draugr to be awoken. It's extremely rare, but sometimes there's also the glitch or bug where you're shooting them like that, they'll glitch up and immediately get up, and then you might have a problem in your hands. Higher level Draugr will become more dangerous because they tend to turn to battle mages, so they will start using more destruction magic. Draugr Death Lords are ones you really have to worry about because they will actually start using shouts, and some of them will actually use shouts that can actually take your make you drop your weapons, so your sword and shield or whatever you may have to use, a bow, and they are tanky as hell, and they actually carry the third strongest weapons in the game. So just be aware. Now, when I first started playing Skyrim, I knew nothing about the game. You know, I got it back in like 2012 when it came out. You'll come across your first dragon doors, and that's where dragon claws come into play. Now, I didn't know about this, and I found out the hard way by just randomly guessing what the combination was. And drop that because I'm not going to use it. So, if you come to one of the dragon claws here, drop that because I'm going to use it. And I don't know how they do it on PC. How do you do it on PC? I don't want to equip it. How do you... F maybe? On game, press Q to open your favorite dimensions. Allows you to go use or equip items in your mark scissor. That's not what I want. There's usually a... I don't know how you do... Oh, I guess that's the way you do it. But there's these combination keys that are right here. And these symbols will be the symbols on the door. Oh, is you use your mouse wheel to zoom in. Well, that's kind of weird. But wolf, bird, wolf. I found out the hard way with the very first door you come across, and didn't realize there was actually symbols on the bottom of those, and I just randomly guessed and ended up getting it right. So just be aware. Not all Draugr that are lying down will actually be alive. Most will actually be dead. So, but never take a chance. Take them all out, you know. And just be aware, a lot of these places here are going to have traps. Like that one, for instance. And some of them will have traps to shoot poison darts. Some of them will actually have traps that have flamethrowers that will shoot at you. Like these. Or, in this case, spikes. Because dumbass decided to step on the trap. Come on, Fendo. As they always say, put your ear to the grindstone, or nose to the grindstone, whatever the hell it is. Put your eyes to the ground, so you don't step on a trap. Now you have rotating doors. Some of these doors will actually block off one door by opening another. Little miniature puzzles in this game. Not really that difficult. Can be a little time consuming if you don't know the exact combination for them. But so it's not gonna let me do that. So, debating when I want to end this. Oh, hell, I miss a spider. You guys have something I want. Let's end the recording right here, because I didn't check what time I started, and it should be rough around that 20 minutes-esque mark. But, and then we'll continue to proceed through here. But either way, stay safe, healthy, and sanitized. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave comments below. Make sure to check out the rest of my videos. And enjoy this Skyrim Let's Play or guide, whatever you want to call it. And I'll see you guys.